We wanted to take a closer look at crime in Oakland, so we pulled some of the crime statistics, and these are citywide. Overall, violent crimes are up 12% this year compared to the same time last year. And that includes homicides, assaults, and robberies. Now, some of the biggest increases within that group are homicides, up 51%. Carjackings up 97% compared to this time last year. Some crimes are seeing a drop, though, like burglaries, which are down 19%. While tackling the rise in crime and addressing the Asian community's concerns, these are just two of the top priorities for Oakland's police chief, LeRonne Armstrong. He's been on the job for 6 months now, and he joins us live to talk about what's working and what still needs to be done. Chief Armstrong, thank you so much for your time. We know you have one of the most difficult jobs in America. 6 months now. You came in during a very difficult time. Crime is up in the pandemic, calls to defund police, fewer resources, and crime, one of your top priorities. What steps have you taken to tackle this increase in crime?
Well, thank you for having me. And one of my primary commitments when I took on the job as chief of police was to address the spike in crime in Oakland, to try my best to make Oakland a safe city. And we've been doing that. We've reorganized the department to create a new Violent Crimes Operations Center to be more focused on violent crime. We've actually increased the number of resources in the community. In particular, we have now officers walking in the Chinatown area. We've been deploying additional officers throughout our city. So it's been a tremendous challenge. But I've also called for more community involvement, more community engagement, and more solution-based discussions, which we've been having throughout the city. So I think it's going to take a collective effort that includes law enforcement community and our Department of Violence Prevention, providing resources to prevent crime from happening as well.
Yeah, it's not just your job, it's a community's job to help decrease and stop these crimes from rising. Why do you think it's happening? Is it the pandemic, the justice system having a harder time holding people accountable? What's causing this rise in crime? What are your thoughts? What's your opinion?
Well, I definitely think the pandemic had a tremendous impact on crime in the city of Oakland, but not just Oakland. It's had an impact on crime across the country, with multiple large cities seeing increases in violent crime. I will say the justice system has also been impacted by the pandemic as well. When you have courtrooms that are closed for a significant amount of time and not hearing cases, that causes a backlog in the justice system, and that allows people to not be held accountable in a timely manner. But when those people are not accountable, they are back into the community, engaged in the same criminal behavior. And so now that things are beginning to open up, we hope that those justice system partners will now be able to hold people accountable so that they don't continue to come to Oakland and commit such violent crimes as we've been seeing over and over again.
And hopefully that cycle will break. Let's talk about resources. You've talked about these liaisons to Chinatown, these crime prevention officers, but your department overall is short officers. What are you doing to attract Oakland police, people to sign up with the Oakland Police Department?
Well, we're trying to look at Oaklanders and create a pipeline into the Oakland Police Department with partnerships with our community colleges like Merritt College and other Peralta colleges. We've been using the virtual environment to do recruitment events, asking people that may have interest in the Oakland Police Department or law enforcement in general to take on the challenge, really saying to people in the community that if you want to see a change in the Oakland Police Department, be a part of that change, and really pushing people to take on this tremendous opportunity. But it's really challenging right now as law enforcement across the country continues to try to repair a fractured relationship and trying to create police reform in each department so that we can build trust in our community. And that's something that we are working on in Oakland as well.
Yeah, that fractured relationship basically fueled the call all over the country to defund the police department, basically restructure, reorganize. How do you deal with that when you're dealing already with understaffed officers? Do you think safety is becoming a political issue? Protecting a city is becoming a political issue?
Yeah, and I've been very open and honest that I don't believe public safety should be a political issue. I think we all should commit to want to see a safe city. We want Oakland to be safe. I think we're all unified in that approach. But to use law enforcement or resources dedicated to public safety as a political discussion or tool, I think is not appropriate, because these are people that are being impacted by these violent acts that are on the other side of these criminal activities. And so we want to make sure that we stay focused on addressing crime and being clear. This department is under-resourced and needs additional resources and support. And we hope that the leaders in this city truly understand that.
Chief Armstrong, you live and breathe Oakland, born and raised. What has been some of the victories over the past 6 months on the job, and what has been the hardest part on taking this job as chief of police?
Well, I think some of the victories have been the tremendous amount of community support that I've received. I think it's been overwhelming how many people have reached out and said, we want to support you in the Oakland Police Department. I think what's also been inspiring is that despite all of the negative things that police officers in Oakland have heard, so many of them have come to work every day, and worked tremendously hard to make the city safe, have continued to follow through in their commitment to the residents of Oakland to do their best to keep this city safe. And I'm really proud to lead this department. But one of the challenges that keeps me up at night is still the high level of violence, and that we're losing far too many lives. That today we have 78 lives that have been lost in our city this year, and that still bothers me. And so there's so much more work to do, but it has to be done in a collaborative fashion.
Okay, Chief Armstrong, we appreciate you and your officers' time, your dedication, your service, and we are thinking about Oakland. Thank you so much.